Hey, what's up, homies and homettes, and welcome to another How to Tarot, the Major Arcana edition. We're not going to go over all the Major Arcana cards, but we're going to go over three today. So we're going to go over the Emperor, the Hierophant, and the Lovers, okay? So before we get into the video, I just want to remind everybody, please hit that subscribe button. I would greatly appreciate it. Don't forget to share these videos if you found it useful for yourself. Then it'll definitely be useful for somebody else. Also, once you head on over to my Instagram page and go follow me at grateful_Drake. I do readings on that page on Tuesdays and Fridays, as well as, of course, you see your girl in her day-to-day realness and rawness. So today we're going to be going over the Emperor, the Hierophant, and the Lovers. But not only that, we're briefly going to be touching on the 12 Major Arcana cards that are associated with the 12 Zodiac Signs. So we're gonna learn which Major Arcana card rules which sign. All right, love bugs. So let's get into the Emperor. Let's talk about the number 4. The Emperor is the number 4. Okay, so we're looking at solid foundations, structural. Even his throne is very structural. It's very secure and safe. Okay, even though the Emperor is labeled number 4, we know he's the 5th card in the lineup of the Major Arcanas, right? Because the first card is the Fool, is labeled 0. Second card is the Magician, labeled 1. Third card is the High Priestess, labeled 2. Fourth card is the Empress, labeled 3. And fifth card is the Emperor, labeled 4. That was a handful. Okay, so he's associated with the sign of Aries, right? Aries is a fiery sign, right? So hence all the red and the orange in the picture. The Emperor is the father and the husband of the deck. He's the path of authority, responsibility, discipline, order. He's a fair leader. A key about this ruler, okay, the Emperor upright, is that he rules with everybody in mind. He's not the ruler that is out for himself. He really is a fair, honest, honorable man, and he wants the best for the greater good. The Emperor is a very dominant figure. When the Emperor's upright, we're looking at issues, either stuff with our husbands, our fathers, or male issues. If this is reading for a female, and she really is like, she's really telling you, no, I'm not dealing with father or husband issues. What this is she's showing she's very much in her power. You might want to mention to her that it's the card of Aries. That might give her kind of some idea to who this could be or what this is about. But predominantly, what you really want to think about is what the card means. And the Emperor signifies authority, okay, order, discipline, structure. The client, when he's upright, the client's really in their power, and they're really dealing with issues. They may be in a leadership role. They may be dealing with issues on things coming up in their life where it's important for them to kind of go by the book, to do things in a very disciplined manner, okay? When this guy's reverse, he's an a-hole, right? When this man is reverse, obviously he's looking out for himself. He's abusive with his power. He can be rageful, he can be temperamental, he can be angry, he can be aggressive, okay? So this man reverse is unfair and very dominant. He's going to be it's a very pushy influence. So either we're looking at people in the client's life who are being like that with the client, or this is the client themselves being but very aggressive. Let's get into the Hierophant. He's a cool dude. Look, he's associated with the sign of Taurus. You lucky Tauruses, those of you who are Tauruses. So cool. I'm a Capricorn. I'm associated with El Diablo, the devil. So, it is what it is. We all have our paths. This is a really cool card. He's a number 5, okay? So I always say 5s are the numbers of challenges and change. Some of the key words for the Hierophant are education, unity, spiritual, and direction. Okay, so this is the path. Okay, if you think of number 5, imagine you are sometimes people identify this Hierophant as looking like a pope, right? Imagine that's your path in life, is to serve the world on a spiritual level, to always be in a space that is holy and sacred. That might be a cool, you may look at that path as being really cool, and in fact it really is incredible. But think about, we're human, okay? Think about trying to live a life like that for the rest of your life. That would be an incredibly disciplined, different type of life. You would never really get to, maybe when you were young you've had experiences, right? But from the time you are initiated as a pope, you would have to stop all of those things that you're allowed to do as a regular person, right? So it's not a bad life by any means, an incredible, deep, rewarding, spiritually fulfilled life, yes, but you would miss out on some aspects of life. The only reason I say that is because I'm relating it to why it would be a number 5, okay? Because 5 are the numbers of challenges and change. The Hierophant is the counterpart to the High Priestess, right? The High Priestess is, here's my girl, hey. She's the deep, spiritually in tune, intuitive, psychic path, where he's more of kind of the human, he's the balance to her path. So he's very spiritual and deep, but he's a much more disciplined, structured, outer form. Okay, he's the teachers we come by, right? He would be a teacher. He would teach spirituality. This could be a guide that we might have in life. This Hierophant upright would be a really incredible somebody who may be embarking very much deeply on a spiritual path, right? Not only that, but they are someone who would be leading other people, right? They are possibly going to be in front of a crowd. They are helping people, initiate people into another way of looking at life, okay? So these are really sacred roles, okay? The Hierophant is a sacred path, and if reversed, we're looking at somebody who's taken that path and has used it for themselves and has kind of abused that path, okay? So we're looking at leaders that have taken advantage, possibly. Or it could be something so calm and innocent as somebody not heeding the inner calling of their deep spiritual desire. Okay, so it could be that. But one thing I did learn, and it really resonated with me, was sometimes these can be symbols of people who have abused us when we were innocent. People who have taken advantage of their power at a time when we felt like we had no say-so, or things of that nature. So this can be a very heavy card too. Like I always say, you're going to want to feel out what's around it, okay? Okay, friends, so let's move into the Lover's card, right? This is everybody's fave. But this card got some little hidden stuff in here. The Lover's card is a number 6, right? So we're leaving the 5, moving into the 6, stepping into a little bit more ease. 6 sometimes is known as the number of beauty. The Lovers is associated with the sign of Gemini, the twins, right? So we have these people here, Adam and Eve. The obvious meaning for the Lovers card is a love relationship, correct? The Lovers card symbolizes seeing love for the first time and kind of being head over heels, and it's just kind of like that honeymoon phase that we feel prior to stepping into the reality of the relationship. But another key word for this card is discernment. It's about making choices, and it's about having decisions in front of us, and how do we decide to make these decisions, on what basis. So we're looking at situations about feeling just in that blissful state, but then needing to discern in a relationship, is this truly healthy for me? Is this the kind of relationship that I want? So the clouds in between the Lovers signify the hurdles that this couple will soon face as reality sets in, okay? upright lovers, we're looking at a love situation that feels really yummy and juicy. You guys are in a good phase. Dependent upon the cards that come around it, we would figure out whether or not this relationship feels healthy or not, what direction it's going on. But it's definitely talking about relationships. It also symbolizes relationship with self, dependent upon the cards around it, right? So it's kind of like a mirror image. It's two people looking at themselves. Even though it's one man and one woman looking at each other, we all have masculine and we all have feminine. So this could be issues with self as well. It's about learning how to make choices, the choices that are for our highest good. The thing about this card is it looks almost identical to the devil, which is a new comparison that I made. Actually, I learned in my tarot class from my teacher. Hey, Joanne. Hey, girl. Hey. So my teacher pointed that out to us, and I was just like, oh my God, I can't believe it. So we can look at, you know, if the Lover's card is reversed, and especially if the Lover's card is paired with the Devil at some point, we're looking at situations that may not be exactly what things may be real rosy at this time, but underneath the surface, we may have some difficulties, okay? If the Lover's card is reversed, we're looking at issues with codependency, maybe unhealthy relationships, using relationships as a crutch. In a reverse Lover's card, the relationship, a lot of shadow aspects are showing up in the relationship. People's realness and rawness is coming out. There could be issues with betrayal, you know, not being loyal, things like that. All right, love bugs, since we're talking about major arcana cards, we're going to go into each of the 12 zodiac signs, each of the 12 cards within the major arcanas that are our zodiac signs, okay? So each of us have a card that belongs to our zodiac. Isn't that cool? When I found that out, I was so excited. I ran to my book to go figure out which one I was. I thought for sure I was like the Magician or the Star or something really fantastic, maybe the Empress. But no, lo and behold, Capricorns are the motherfucking devil. They are the devil. So that's the first one I'll start with. I'm not going to go into too much detail. I just want to talk about quickly, if your sign is associated with one of the cards that are looked at as one of the bad cards, it's really just about these themes that we tend to come up against in our lifetimes, okay? So it's about the challenges and the hurdles, the things that we kind of face that become difficult. So the Emperor is associated with the sign of Aries. The Hierophant is associated with the sign of Taurus. The Lovers is associated with the sign of Gemini. The Chariot is associated with the sign of Cancer. Strength is associated with the sign of Leo, right? No surprise. The Hermit is associated with the sign of Virgo. Justice is associated with the sign of Libra. The Death card is associated with the sign of Scorpio. Temperance is associated with the sign of Sagittarius. The Devil is associated with the sign of Capricorn. The Star is associated with the sign of Aquarius. And the Moon is associated with the sign of Pisces. All the other cards that are left over in the major arcana cards, they're all associated with planets or the moon, right? So we'll go over next week the planets that are associated with these other cards. And when you begin looking at some of these kind of aspects within the cards, they help you to further even remember. Like even with Aries being associated with the Emperor, and it makes sense to you begin to be able to further understand the card, because you know, if you know anything about Aries, it's just this very complicated, detailed thing that when you begin learning these little tidbits about the cards, it makes it easier to bring the knowledge in and to use it. So let's do this today. I'm going to end this video today. I think this is going to end up being a little bit of a shorter video. I'm going to pull 5 cards. I'll pull 5 today, not 4. I am going to incorporate the major arcanas into the spread and just show you the way I would read. Let's delve into reversal, shall we? Since we're introducing the majors as well. Okay, well, let's take that one. 4 of Cups. What do we remember about 4 of Cups? Discontentment. I'm going to call this 4 of Cups upright, looked upright when it fell. Oh, that's like 12 cards, not taking notes. Discontentment, boredom, you know, somebody that has trouble receiving, accepting help. Okay, so what do we have here? Four of Cups, the Magician, the Knight of Pentacles reversed, the Hangman upright, and the World card upright. Okay, so what do I feel? What do I think about this spread? What are some of the first things we look at when we look at a spread? I mean, it could be different for you, but the first things I notice are Major Arcana cards. I look at what's upright and what's reverse and the placement of those. So like, I'm looking at this right now, and the only reversal we have here is in the center, is this Knight of Pentacles. So I might actually talk about him first, because the center position for me is always like the core of the issue. It's directly talking about the client. This person is having issues with possibly building their wealth. This could be somebody who is, you know, working on something for their future, but they're at a standstill. It feels like there's probably some worry or some concern about the future of this endeavor. Okay, I'm solely looking at the Knight of Pentacles reverse. Okay, so this person feels stuck. Notice around this Knight of Pentacles, there's three Major Arcana cards. Remember I talked about, I wasn't reading majors with you guys for a while, because when you get so many Major Arcana cards, it can kind of, you're like, whoa, they're going through this, and they're going through this, and they're going through this. So it's like these major life themes. So here's the thing, this person is stuck, okay? And looking at the Magician, we're reminding the client that they have all the resources at their fingertips. Then we move into the Hangman, and I would tell this person this is a time of discomfort. You're supposed to be in the void right now. You're supposed to kind of not know what's happening next. And through that process, you will become enlightened. You are in this rebirthing phase with your company, with your business. And it's time for you to step out and to trust the universe. Okay, the first card we pulled here is the Four of Cups. This is somebody who's probably a little bit stubborn as well. They're stuck in their ways, much like this reverse Pentacles, not going anywhere. Okay, remind the client that it's important to take help, that they truly are really blessed. Blessings are coming in, but they've got to, you know, not be stuck in their old ways of being. I would maybe pull additional clarifying cards with another deck. I always like to use this other tarot deck to clarify, to back up issues that I feel like, what could this be about, to get more information on. Obviously, I'm not going to do that right now. So do you guys see what I see? Are you able to kind of see why I feel like this person is stuck, and why you want to really emphasize to this person, especially if they have upright Hangman, that this, you're going to reassure them that, yes, we see this is a difficult, kind of uncomfortable time, but by goodness sakes, they're hanging from their foot from a tree. But with that discomfort comes enlightenment, okay? They're having a hard time seeing what the future holds. But by being and surrendering to the moment, and knowing that, and putting their trust and faith in the universe, they'll be able to kind of pull together. The future outcome will begin to be more apparent to them in time, okay? All right, y'all. Well, happy day. Happy motherfucking day. I love you. I appreciate you. Remember to hit that subscribe button. Thank you for coming back. Remember to share these videos with your family, friends, and loved ones. It helps me get the word out. And remember to hop on over to my Instagram at grateful_Drake and follow me over there for additional readings or personal readings as well. Just DM me. I love you, and I will see you next week. All right, y'all. Take care.